Introducing my fully modular central storage blueprint set. Welcome back to the Dune Desert, and today I would like to showcase my central storage blueprint set. So let's have a quick look here. The thing I like about this one is I kind of changed the way the display works a little bit. So you guys can see here there's two Mark 1 lifts going up and down, and what I did was I actually swapped them out a little bit to have them to the sides, and the reason for that is so we can clearly see effectively the guts of the central storage. So I've got a street lamp up there with a nice little light. It's going to poke through here and it's going to light up this area quite nicely, and with the lifts now out of the way you can clearly see the products and they're quite well lit, as opposed to the signs, which doesn't do as good a job as a normal light. Right, so we've got stairs going down to our dimensional depot. We might as well check this out quickly. So as you can see, I obviously went with the pink color just to kind of match the Mercy spheres. All the products are coming up from the top side, and it's going to come down in here, and each product will have its own dimensional depot, and that's going to be one for each product. So at the moment in this one I've got access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 16 and plus another 2 on that side, so I can do 18 products in total for this central storage. There's no real limitation as to how big you can make this central storage. For this Dune Desert playthrough, or this area at least, this is how much I'll need just to be able to operate in this area. But you can literally expand this to as much as you like, and I think the only real limitation is going to be belt speed, because we've got 2 belts, and if I show you over here, we've got 2 belts coming through here. So the main belt, or the left hand belt, is going to come up and down here, so up and down through this floor all the way down to that end, and then all the excess or the overflow will go into an awesome sink on that side. And then the same story on this side is you'll have another line coming through here. So currently I'm sitting on 780 belts, so I can do 780 products coming down this line, and I can do 780 coming down that line. And what I'll do is let me show you actually where it all comes in, because there's a dedicated port at the bottom of this central storage that will take all the lines. So you can see this is my buzz funneling all the items being made from here. So it's going to be mostly fused modular frames. I've got rubber and plastic coming through here, aluminium casing. Oh, there's the casing, you can actually see it. And these go onto 2 lines, which then go all the way down there. And you've got dedicated points there indicated with the little blue light, showing you where the lines are supposed to be met in. So you have to lay your lines from wherever all the way to those back ends there. And that's how you funnel items into the central storage. Alright, coming back to it. So we've got a staircase here at the beginning, and we've got a staircase there way at the end. And then for this build I added these 2, well actually 4 drone ports in here. This drone port right here, the one you see here is the rocket fuel. Oh sorry, this is the turbo fuel I'm currently using to fuel these drones. And this guy's bringing it in from my turbo fuel plant, dropping it off here, and then from here it's being distributed to all the other drones, and then packaged and also sent to my dimensional depot. and all the excess then gets sunk into the sink, which is, you go down here, it's going to be right here. So this is the sink for the one line, and this is the sink for the other line. As you can see, the line with the turbo fuel is currently quite busy because this drone is fairly active and it's not that far for him to go. So he's dropping off a lot of materials or a lot of fuel that's currently not needed, as all the fuel ports are now fully up, and this one is the dimensional depot is on its max. My storage is at max, and so the rest of this is just going to be sunk, and it goes directly into that line over there. So this is the main line where all the products are coming in. It goes by correction, sorry. So that line over there, that's the main one. It's going to take everything through the various stuck under here. You can see here it goes up and then down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And when it goes up, it goes through a smart splitter, which then sorts out all the items, and all the overflow just continues down all the way to this point here, and then turns around and then goes back all the way to the dimensional depot. Let me show you the drone ports. We can just go through here. And as usual, I like to make my my factories and my builds fully walkable, so you can, like I'm doing right now, run around wherever you want. As for the design of this one, I kind of took a lot of time to make this design look good. It is functional first, and then once I get it functional and working as I want to, that's when I start adding the design elements, which will be these H-beams that goes all the way up with these very nice perfect corners. I did a tutorial video to show exactly how you get those perfect corners. And then, as I said, with the Mark 1s on both sides, so if I can show you this, see there's a Mark 1 lift like that, and this will then showcase the entire, or the inner side, or kind of like the guts of the storage area. And it also uses this little light that comes from the storage depot, which is kind of nice, little storage container. It's kind of a cool little light, and it just adds a bit more, character to the build. And then obviously the blue light coming down just adds the final touch, and then also access illumination for this area. So let me make this nighttime, and I can show you what it looks like at night. So at nighttime you can see this build really pops with the natural light coming in from all these skylights. And then I've got artificial lights obviously coming in from this display area, as well as all these signs, which adds a little bit more light into this build. And I just kind of use them as trim as well. And I think at the end of the day it came out quite nice. I experimented a couple of variations with this street lamps, but at the end of the day this kind of works best with the slightly different color light, as well as the more softer kind of like white beige light coming down from here. And then we've just got the kind of like entrance lights slapped onto an H-beam again, which is just twisted to fit into the sides. And then we've got the red lighting here just to indicate kind of like the working area, if you like. And just the change of pace between the red and the blues just kind of makes it look more interesting at the end of the day. Right. So let's quickly step outside. In fact, let's use one of these drone ports. You can watch this guy leave, and off he goes. And this guy fits perfectly through this little hole, because what they do is they'll go down and then forward before they dock. So let's see if we can find one coming in. We can have a quick look. Okay, so we got a drone incoming now. Here it comes. So this is either going to be supercomputers or it's going to be the radio control unit. So let's see. So this guy's going to move down here. Kind of wiggles a little bit, finds its path, and in it goes. Snug as a bug. Go little man, do your thing. So he lands, you'll offload, and then he gets refueled, and then he gets sent off again to I believe the Spire Coast. Let's move over to my creator pool, then I'll show you guys how I assemble all of this.
Hold on, let me take myself.
Alright, welcome to my creative world. So here I've enabled flight, then I've got no build cost, then I can just go nuts and build all these blueprints that I make. So aim off, man. Anyways, this is essentially what's in the blueprint. So you've got front, left, right. So let me switch my HUD on. There we go. Central storage front left, central storage front right. You've got mid left, mid right, drone left, drone right, and then you've got rear right and rear left. And you can now clearly see how this was designed. So we've got our front doors, obviously, and then this section here, you can see this is where right there and there is where the auto connection goes, and it connects up to that one and that one, and this goes through the entire section. And then the drone ports, obviously you can see here. The only thing about the drone ports is you're just gonna have to figure out your own way of fueling them, because I did a little custom work on my side where I just kind of rerouted some of the stuff just to have it make sense within the way that I set up my central storage in my world safe. So there's the indicator for the fuel and power and export if you need to. So anyways, moving on. So here we've got the rear end, and as you can see, this one also has the big metal doors. What I did was, in my playthrough, I actually swapped these out for glass. Those panes, or those full frame glass, I added them in there because I didn't need a door on the rear, but that's up to you. And then, as you can see, it's got these little bits sticking out, the little beams. These are essentially the markers for how to place them, and I'm going to show you now how to use these. So you can see we've got these little markers, and they line up exactly with that marker there. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm gonna delete these. I'm basically gonna build the central storage right here and show you how quick and easy it is to build one of these. Alright, so you're gonna take care of all that. So I'm gonna go to my blueprints. Don't worry about those. I've got, see, central storage, front, left. And then just orientate it to according to how you want it. So I want the front to be here, and I want it to stretch out in that direction, kind of like same way I did when I showcased the various pieces. So we're going to put this one down here. Okay, I'm just going to give it a moment to build. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go blueprints. I'm going to do the right hand side now. Now at this moment, you just make sure that you're on blueprint. You don't need to have blueprint auto connect now because there's nothing to auto connect at the moment. We're just going to set up the front bits. So just make sure that when you move these over, you can use mini nudge. So just hold control and nudge the blueprints into position, and just make sure the door lines up. So once you've got these lined up, then you're pretty much good to go for the rest of it. All right, I'll give that one a moment to build. Very cool, all these build animations look. Very nice. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the mid section, and we're going to place down a couple of these. So we're looking for mid left. So now you want to make sure that you've got blueprint auto connect on. So when you turn it this way, H to lock it, you'll see that these ones already want to connect, but they're not in position yet. Because what we want to do is we need to make sure that this little knobby, this little beam section, is right there where that little beam section is. So you're going to have to move this one until you get it exactly into position. There we go. So now this is going to work correct. So you can see that belt is connected and that belt's connected. That's the only ones that you have to worry about. As long as this one is in position, both height and left and right, so X, Y, and Z axis, then you're good to go, and you can double click and this one will lock in. All right, while this one builds, we can actually line up the next one. So again, just get the orientation correct and then lock it into position. And then you're just going to move that little stubby until it matches the other one, just like that. And then as soon as it does, you'll see it will immediately auto connect the conveyor belts. Sorry, stumble there with my words. So now we can add as many of these as we like. Like I said, the only limitation really is the belt speed. And we're going to move this across. There we go. So I'm just going to do these 3 for now. No need to go absolutely nuts. And then you want to switch to the right hand side. So again, the left and right is from this front section. If you're looking at the door, that's going to be left and right. That's how I kind of set this up. This is the rear. Hold on a second. Let me get mid right. There we go. So just turn this one, and then there we go. It's in position. You can see everything lines up. Those two will connect. And there you go. Okay, I've got them off again. There we go. So we're going to do the same. We're going to add 2 more. There we go. 1, 2, 3. I think it's 4 if I remember correctly. Right? But yeah, just get the indicator bit. Make sure that's in position. Then you're golden. There we go. Cancel that one. Okay. So I'm going to grab the drone section. So this is going to be the left side. I want to do the far side first. And it's already orientated correctly. Is that left? Yeah, it's right. So this one. So I was in two minds of whether I should add the drone ones. And because you have to do a little bit of work here at the bottom to get all of this working, I kind of I wasn't sure if I should add it in, but I'm going to add it in for you guys. And you see this one's missing the little lineup segment here. I'll see if I can add that one before I publish these blueprints. But this one, just kind of like nudge in position, make sure it auto connects over there, and you'll see these will line up. And once they are lined up, you know this one is in position. So like I said, I'll throw this one in for you guys if you want it. But you're gonna have to do a little bit of work with belts at the bottom to make it work. So that entirely depends on how you want to do it, because you need to set it up so that the drones obviously have fuel. Make sure that whatever is coming in makes sense. No, I need the right hand side one. So, and the reason why I didn't want to add the drone one initially was because I couldn't make it work as seamlessly as I would like. Auto connect. As seamlessly as I would like with my blueprints, but let's call this a little bonus. So there you go. So if you do add the drone ones and you go look down, you look down here, you'll see what I mean. And it's basically you have to reroute this one depending on how you set it up. I've got mine going down, over, and then up, and then connects to this line, and it then sends out all the items. But then you have to do the fuel lines as well. So this drone up here came in, and I then split off the fuel lines to those ones. So it depends on how you set it up, which is why I couldn't make it so that it will auto connect. And I can see the lights is incorrect in this one as well. So I'm just going to copy that and then paste it in here. So there we go. All right, let's add the end sections. And we're just going to go to rear right. So if you do decide not to use the drones, the drone connections, then all of this will still line up perfectly. In fact, I'll show you before I finish this one up. And then we've got the rear left. And I just want to get this little stubby piece in the middle. So there. Let's get rid of all this. I was testing drones earlier, which is why I have so much fuel on me. Right, so there you go. There's your central storage, and this one is now fully functional. On this world, I've got power disabled, so you'll see there is power now, and everything is already hooked up and good to go. And the connection ports are going to be right here at the bottom. So there we go. Parts input, thumbs up. And left hand side, parts input, thumbs up. So that goes up and through, and then you've got your sync sitting right here for both lines. And that's pretty much it. So let's get rid of this drone port, and I'll just show you that the rear ones will still connect perfectly fine. So we're going to go rear left. There we go. And then you can see you've got your little indicator knobby. Just move that in position and make sure it's auto connect. It is. That one on there. And rear right. There we go. And we've got our little indicator pieces in position. There we go. And that's it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. These blueprint sets are made to be extremely user-friendly. So just follow this guide and put them together, but I would guess most of you don't even need this guide because it's fairly straightforward. I suppose this will only be for the newer players, just for them to be sure how to use these properly. But there you go. So you've got, let's see, so you've got each light here is going to be one storage. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here you got a 20 slot central storage that you build within, I don't know, what was this, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? And then all you need to do is just kind of figure out how you're going to attach it to the ground, but that's obviously depending on where you place it and up to your style. And what I did on my world is I just expanded these, just move them down, and then you can just do the walls as well, so something like that, and then it just fits in nice and snug. Okay guys, I hope you guys enjoy this. This obviously will be available on my Patreon, and I would also like to again thank all my patrons for your continuous support. You guys allow me to do this kind of thing, and I really enjoy making this and then being able to give this out to people who support me in making things like this, because I really enjoy these blueprints that I make, and I think this is something that's very handy to the supporters as well, and to people that just want to get something that looks interesting, that is interesting into the world, that also has actual purpose and has functionality mixed with style. That's essentially the idea behind all of the stuff that I build, is to make it look cool and to have it actually have a proper function within the world, because there's no reason for it not to be functional and to be cool at the same time. Alright guys, that's it from my side, and I'll see you on the next one.